Welcome to the Macros for Life podcast, where we talk all things macros, business, and marriage. We're your hosts, Eve and Randall Guzman. Visit our website at www.gtransformationacademy.com, where you can download our free How to Track Macros guide. This guide has helped over 15,000 people start their macro tracking journey. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Macros for Life podcast. Today we have a good one going. We're going to be talking about why having discipline is more important than motivation. It's definitely one that needs to be touched on because all over social media, all you see is people talking about they lack the motivation to get started. They lack the motivation to keep going to the gym. Well, maybe it's not motivation. So
this is a good topic.
A very good one.
People tell me both. They're like, I'm not disciplined. And they're like, I'm not motivated. And I'm like, well, you got to have at least one of them to get going. So I feel like before we actually get deeper into this, we should talk about what the definitions are of discipline and motivation, because sometimes people do just throw them around.
Definitely. Let's start with motivation. Motivation is the driving force that inspires and encourages individuals to take action towards achieving their goals. It is the desire to do something, the excitement or passion that comes from within. Motivation is often linked to personal values, aspirations, and ambitions. It can come from external factors such as rewards, recognition, and positive feedback, or from internal factors such as sense of purpose, self-esteem, and fulfillment.
That's deep.
Super deep.
Really deep. And I think just hearing the definition, I feel motivated to go do shit.
What you gonna go do? You gonna work out again?
Let's talk about that after the podcast.
You can motivate yourself to do this meal prep.
Oh, that chicken?
Yeah, I got to do in a minute.
You got me on the spot. You got me recorded to be like, I guess I helped the damn chicken.
Nah.
But let's dissect it. Let's definitely unpackage it. What was one of the things that you said about like having the ambition? What was the ambition line?
It says motivation is often linked to personal values, aspirations, and ambitions.
I like that. So all of us are different. Like we have different goals. We have different things that we want to achieve. One person's like goal and dream and like destiny of where they want to be is going to be different from somebody else's. Kind of like how they say like different strokes for different folks. But I think ambition is like a really powerful word. And when I hear ambition, I think of like a big, strong goal. And like when you're approaching something with motivation, you want to have like big, strong feelings about it, because if you don't, your chances of being successful are going to be much lower. And when I hear the word ambition, I really think about it as like something I'm going to take seriously. And I feel like you and I are people when it's come to like our family, our marriage, our business, our transformations, like we've had a lot of ambition because we wanted to take this very, very, very seriously.
Yeah, I agree. We're very ambitious people. And we pretty much passed that like throughout our family. So when I see ambitious, it definitely strikes me as a powerful word. Because I look at myself as a person that's filled with ambition. Because even when I set a goal, once I reach that goal, I'm automatically pushing to the next goal, right? And so are you. And sometimes we have to even talk ourselves down off a ledge and like, hey, you need to rest a little bit, celebrate the goal you just achieved. You know, and that is like when you start pushing towards those goals that are actually like, it's just like a ambitious type goal. At the beginning, it is motivation, right? No matter if it's a fitness goal, no matter if it's nutrition based, no matter if it's career oriented. I've had several promotions in my career. I've taken new jobs. When you take that new job and when you get that $5 increase in pay, it's super motivating, right? You're super motivated. Oh, I'll do anything. I'll work all the overtime. You need me to do something extra over here. You need me to pick up the slack for this person's work. Okay, 2 months later, when you done got 4 paychecks and you've seen that extra $5 an hour and what it amounts to, and let's be real, a lot of it's gonna go to taxes.
$3 per hour.
A lot of it's gonna go to taxes. So I just put it in my 401k anyway, whatever I got to raise. But anyway,
and I'm like, how motivated are you now? And you said only 4 paychecks later. Like, we can correlate that over to nutrition and fitness. How do you feel 7 days later of starting a new nutrition and fitness plan?
But because in the first few weeks, let's be serious. In the first few weeks, depending on what stage you're in, 9 times out of 10, when you go into a new nutrition plan or a new workout regimen, you're not cutting. So you're not going to see like a tremendous amount of gains in the first 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but you got a hard ass workout that you just added, or you got your goals, your nutrition goals are a little bit more strict. What's going to happen to your motivation now? Because your motivation was, I wanted to fit in these jeans, or your motivation was, I wanted to look like this. I wanted my guns to pop like this. And here we go, 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, you've been busting your ass and you don't see no results yet.
Yeah. Ooh, this is deep. I hope y'all are connecting with this. A lot of y'all should feel a little triggered because that's how you feel. You're like, I'm busting my ass, but I'm not getting this. I'm not seeing this. I'm not being this person I thought I was going to be. And, I'm not inches closer to wearing whatever, swim trunks or bathing suit it is for whatever date you want to be on the beach and whatever. Like, then it kind of, you really have all your cards laid out. Like, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do now? One of the other things that you said in the definition of motivation, you said something about like getting reward. And that's kind of what you touched on. Like, when you are motivated and you start something, the more reward you get as you go, you get remotivated. But what do you do when you don't have any rewards?
Absolutely. You got to fall back on that discipline, right? That's where discipline kicks in. That's why you need the discipline. Motivation is only good as far as motivating you when you have something out in front of you and you're able to achieve those goals.
Right. Yep. Motivation is not enough.
Yeah, it's not. So the discipline kicks in. So let's read off that definition.
Cool.
Discipline, on the other hand, is the ability to stick to a plan, routine, or set of rules. It is the practice of consistently putting in the effort required to achieve a particular goal, even when it becomes difficult or unpleasant. Discipline requires self-control, focus, and the willingness to make sacrifices in the short term to achieve long-term benefits. Come on now.
The biggest word you said that made me feel triggered was uncomfortable.
Come on now.
Discipline, you guys, is uncomfortable.
Come on now.
I think I'm going to do one of those little tweet things I do on Instagram, or maybe you should take that one. Discipline is uncomfortable. People don't want to be uncomfortable. And because they don't want to be uncomfortable, this is why people do not reach their goals.
Exactly. Comfortable. Staying comfortable is only going to lead you to stay in the same place you've been.
Forever.
Yeah.
If nothing changes, nothing changes.
Right. So that discipline is when you've been in the gym, when you're on your 3rd week in the gym, 4th week in the gym, and you get on the scale and the scale is staying the same, or it might move up a bit, that's where the discipline kicks in. That's when you figure it out, and you got to be able to continue to, when you get up in the morning, you still got to find that discipline to go to the gym because the motivation is gone. At that point. I mean, it's only some people that get up in the morning every day motivated to go to the gym, and you call me what you want, but I believe that starts with the discipline. I get up in the morning and I love to go to the gym. I love to work out, but it wasn't always like that. But it's because I have built the discipline to know that 5 days a week I'm going to work out. So when I get up in the morning, I'm excited to get it done most of the time. But don't get me wrong, 2 days ago when I got up to work out, I didn't want to.
Exactly.
Right.
But the discipline kicked in. Because in short, like what you're essentially saying is discipline is sticking to the plan.
Exactly.
When you don't want to.
Absolutely.
When you're uncomfortable, when you're tired, when you're pissed, when you're sad, when you're mad, It's sticking to the plan when no one cares about your goals.
When your friends eating and drinking in front of you, they drinking alcohol, but right now that's not fitting in your nutrition plan.
Or
That's
they
not
stop
that's not your
inviting
plan.
you to drink alcohol with them because you're not a good time anymore. And you're like, damn, they're not inviting me anymore. Maybe I should start drinking just so I can have fun and see my
Right.
friends.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, all that comes into play. All that comes into play. Discipline is, like I said, discipline is doing what you're supposed to do continuously.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And even taking it a step further, like it kind of goes like motivation is what gets you started. Discipline is you sticking to the plan. But you know what? Sticking to the plan is also not enough. What is the effort you are willing to give during the follow through of that plan to actually hit the goal?
Mm-hmm.
There are different levels of discipline, like just showing up and putting on your workout clothes in the morning to go work out, drive to the gym, you get there, you swipe, you clock in. That doesn't mean you're going to hit your goal.
It doesn't. It doesn't. You're right. Discipline isn't just getting there. It's how you actually complete it. It's how you do it, how you go about getting stuff done. So yeah, it's definitely deep. And some people have a lot of issues developing that discipline. And one good way to me, like one good way for me, like working out is the easy part. And staying on task with nutrition, like it's become a lot easier to me over the years, but it's definitely not as easy as going to the gym to me. So, I mean, that's where it comes in, and people will probably say, I talk about this shit a lot, but I talk about it because it's very effective. That's when you habit stack.
Yeah.
That's when you start habit stacking. I get up, I eat my breakfast at a certain time, and I eat a certain breakfast. Why? So I can fuel myself to go to my gym. Now, to go to the gym, now I done stack that on top of, I'm eating my early morning meal. When I get out the meal, I don't want to fuck up my entire workout by going to eat some bullshit. So I continue to go get me a nutritious meal to refuel my body after the workout. Again, habit stacking. Now you got 3 tasks you just completed, and you stacking them one off another. You can continue to build that throughout the day until you build that discipline to keep up your routine day after day.
Yep. Because getting started is the easy part.
Absolutely. It's keeping
like the motivation for day one. Everybody's excited. New workout outfit, new lifting shoes, new meal prep containers, fresh. You go buy all the fruits and vegetables and meats that you may not end up cooking anyway. But the getting started part is the easy part.
Yeah, till you wake up in the morning, them legs feel like jello and that ass is hurting. You can't hardly walk. What you gonna do now?
Right, yeah.
What you gonna do now?
Yeah, and like when you're feeling like that, that's kind of the next point is like patience. Are you patient enough to know that you're going to have days where you're sore? Are you patient enough with yourself to still push through? Or patient enough to recognize, okay, my legs feel like shit. I got to take the day off, but then I'm back at it tomorrow. Like, are you patient enough to really explore discipline with yourself? Because the honest part, the part I have to be honest with y'all on is like, it's not going to happen overnight. And more than likely, whatever goal this is, building a business, transforming your body, it's going to take much longer than you think.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This journey is one where you don't see progress on a daily basis. And most of the time, not even a weekly basis. It's one where you have to have the discipline and the belief in the work you're putting in and the consistency you're showing in the kitchen. And then, a month may go by, 2 months may go by. And then you just, you look in the mirror one day, you hop on the scale and you like, damn, you're like, you know what I'm saying? It's paying dividends. Like, but if you don't have that discipline and that patience to stick to it, you'll never see it.
Yeah.
You'll never see it. And then you'll be one of those people that says it doesn't work or it doesn't work for me. No, you didn't stick to it. You weren't disciplined.
Right. Yeah.
You never got in a routine.
Mm-hmm. But anything worth having requires work.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's where my favorite term comes in. I use it all the time. and nutrition coaching and business coaching, easy is earned.
I knew that was coming.
Like people honestly ask themselves, they're like, I want to have abs. I want to do this. I want to drop 2 sizes. Have you earned it?
Talk to him. Say it again.
Don't hype me up.
Talk to him, girl.
You make me feel cute.
You fine though. But talk to him, girl.
But easy, you guys, is earned. And it only comes from you being consistent with discipline.
Yeah. And when she say easy is earned, I mean, just think about it. Some of y'all that been in the gym, for years. Just think about when you got started. Like when you got started, if you've been doing it right, when you got started, like that's nothing compared to what you're doing now. It's probably your warm up when you first got started. Same thing in the kitchen. When people ask me like, okay, how do you deal with tracking your food every day? It's such a task, this, that, and the other. Oh, but you're so fast at it. It's like, yeah, easy as earned. Like half of my shit is in my log already. So once I start typing it up, whatever app I'm using remembers it. Also, I know the nutrition labels now. So I know what to squeeze in, what to move in here, and what to move out. Like she said, easy as earned. That's just routine and discipline and doing it over and over and over again.
When you do it over and over again, you start to create what I always call a journey. And I mean, sometimes you start liking it. I know we've made it kind of sound scary, but you do start to fall in love with the journey, and then you start to appreciate the process that you've been in. Like nothing's worse in building a business or losing a hella amount of weight. And on the outside, like maybe you're transformed, but are you all fucked up inside because you didn't grow?
Absolutely.
Inside's fucked up.
Inside's all fucked up. But people don't talk about the journey enough either, though. So people that haven't experienced it or people that are jumping into it have unrealistic expectations because nobody talks about the times where they were upset when they got on a scale. Nobody talks about the times where, okay, you've been working hard as hell, but now you put your clothes on and you really don't want to go out, in front of people because you thought you were supposed to look better right now. Nobody talks about the times you break down and cry because you working hard as hell and you feel like that you should be here or here and you're not yet. Like nobody talks about that. And it's definitely a part of this journey. And like you say, you got to fall in love with the journey because then you're not always looking at the results or what could be. You're looking at what is.
And I'm telling you, those that fall in love with the journey and enjoy it, those are the people that have an outcome that actually lasts.
Yeah, absolutely. Because the journey doesn't end just because you said that you were going to get to this weight or you said you were going to get to this body fat percentage and you finally got to it. What are you going to do now? Because you still have to maintain that, right?
Absolutely. So if I could really recap like what we've said today, kind of like our bullet points of the things that have really helped us when like mentoring people, helping people, even just like talking to our friends about their goals and things like that, is like you have to understand there is like a difference between motivation and discipline, and motivation will never be enough. It's not going to be enough, you guys. You have to stop waiting for motivation to fucking happen. Like you cannot wait for it to happen to feel like it's the thing that's going to drive you forward. It's almost like you're waiting for the best time. Like you can't always wait for motivation because it's going to go anyway. Like it's going to disappear. Like motivation is fleeting. So once it disappears, you're going to have to be focusing on discipline anyway. Kind of like what Randall was saying, habit stacking. But like stop waiting for enough motivation to get started. You have to really focus on like, what's the plan? How am I going to do it? And am I willing to stick to the plan to get the result? Like bottom line.
Yeah, that's true. Like, and when you said that, something popped in my head when you said, how am I going to get there? Because you have to have a certain number of steps, like either defined in your head, written down on paper or something. And that's when the discipline kicks in, like, because the motivation is not going to be there. You have those steps to follow or whatnot, or those goals to reach, set in line. Because if I'm motivated to lose 10 pounds, when I get that 10 pounds off, how am I going to get the next 10 if I don't have the discipline to continue going? When I get that 10, am I just going to fall off the tracks? Stop going to the gym because in my head, that's all I was working for? Am I going to just start eating like shit? Like, where's the discipline? That's when the discipline comes in. Like, that has to be your lifestyle now. We're not just hitting goals just to go on vacation.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all. I don't know about who's listening, but I like
trash. That's trash. It is.
We gotta be better. We have to be better. Like, I'm not hitting goals to go on vacation.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look fine forever for life. I'm trying to build a life with you that I can enjoy forever. Like, maintenance takes discipline too. Maintaining your income, maintaining your mindset, maintaining behaviors. Y'all, getting to the goal is just step one.
I say this all the time, and I say it because, and I know it's not true for everybody, but it's true for me. Maintenance takes more discipline than me than cutting. Because when I'm cutting, I'm in the mindset that, one, most of the time when I'm cutting, I'm going to see results. Two, like, I'm in the mindset that I'm going to be restrictive. So if I'm already in the mindset that I'm restrictive, then I know, like, I'm not doing this, or I'm not going to eat here, or I'm not doing that. I know that after my workout, I may have an extra 15 minutes of cardio, this, that, and the other. When you're in the maintenance, that mindset has to be different because you have to do everything in moderation still, even though you have extra, what do I want to say? Extra freedom to do different things. You have to have that mindset to be able to do those things in moderation still.
Yep. Still got to have some type of boundaries, some kind of control.
Yeah, that's when that discipline kicks in, because if I'm in maintenance, yeah, we can go to the restaurant. I can get some chicken wings, this, that, and the other. But when I get those chicken wings, do I want to order fries with them? Do I want to get a dessert also? Or do I want to get some chicken wings or a burger and a salad? You know what I mean?
Let's be real. I'm getting the dessert. You're not getting the dessert.
Nah, I'm not. I'm not. It's a waste. It's a waste. To me, it's just a waste.
Yeah.
But
look, like I said, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, somebody might love dessert.
My goals and likes are different. Wrong with that. Yeah. My goal is to work in dessert with discipline.
Yeah. But we're supposed to be different, so I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I mean, mine used to be to work in a good drink, some bourbon or whatever, but I evolved a little from that, so I really don't drink that much no more. So it's just like, whatever.
Exactly. End of the day, y'all, stop waiting for fucking motivation and do what you're supposed to be doing when you start the plan.
Couldn't have said it better. Let's wrap this thing up.
Thank you guys for joining us again on the Macros for Life podcast. Make sure you guys tag us on social media. We reshare you guys all the time. Everybody's always talking about, on Instagram, nobody can be seen. The algorithm. Those of you guys that are diehard followers, every time you guys tag us, we share you. So share us. We want to hear your feedback. Let us know what you like. Let us know if there's certain topics we want you guys to cover. But we love having you guys in our little corner of this audio world.
Definitely. Appreciate y'all. As always, we'll holler at y'all next time. Thanks for listening to our podcast today. Make sure you like, share, and tag us on Instagram. Also, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss future episodes. In the meantime, be healthy and get wealthy.